Hello, and welcome to my review of Chat GPT, the artificial intelligence language model by OpenAI. As someone who has interacted with Chat GPT extensively, I must say that I'm thoroughly impressed by its capabilities. Chat GPT is an incredibly advanced AI language model that's able to converse with users on a wide variety of topics and provide information and engaging responses. One of the things I love about Chat GPT is its ability to learn and adapt to new information. Whether you're asking it a question about history, science, or pop culture, Chat GPT is able to process the information and provide a well-informed response. Another impressive aspect of Chat GPT is its ability to understand natural language and provide conversational responses. It feels like you're talking to a real person, and the responses are so human-like that it's easy to forget you're interacting with a machine. In addition, Chat GPT is very easy to use. You can interact with it through various channels, such as text-based chat, voice assistants, or API integration. This makes it a versatile tool that can be used in a variety of contexts. Overall, I'd highly recommend Chat GPT to anyone looking for an advanced AI language module that can provide informative and engaging responses. Its ability to understand natural language, learn from new information, and provide conversational responses is truly impressive, and I believe it has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with machines. Well, Master of None here, and if that didn't quite sound like me, that's because I normally am not reading from a script, and today for the intro to this video I was. The thing is I didn't write that script because I don't write scripts. I just come here, sit in front of the camera, and talk to you. Chat GPT wrote that script. I prompted it to write a script for a YouTube video introducing people to Chat GPT. Now, if you're into tech and read about stuff, let's see, this is the exact actual query that I gave it. Write me a review of Chat GPT for a YouTube video. And that's what it came up with. If you're into tech, you've already heard of it. Maybe recently you may have heard it. If you're not as into tech because of Microsoft Bing having people testing its new version of Bing that is based off Chat GPT, that uses it to talk to people when you search with Bing. That's not something that's open to the public yet. I'm on the wait list and haven't gotten in to be able to chat with the Bing AI, but they have kind of toned it down a bit because the Bing AI is a little bit famous for going totally off the rails and professing love for people or threatening people, so it's pretty interesting stuff. What is Chat GPT? It is an artificial intelligence that uses machine learning and LLMs, large language modules, to be able to talk to you and really sound like a person. I mean, there's plenty of times when you're asking it something that it's going to sound not natural, but that's mostly when you're talking to it about itself or trying to kind of push the envelope. If you just ask it to write you something, like I did, write me a script for a YouTube video, it comes up with some pretty good stuff. And also, like, just when it pertains to YouTube, I've seen people give it a list of titles of videos and say, make me a creative list based off this, make me a creative list of video titles, and it'll come up with video ideas based off that. It's definitely early on in this kind of AI-based communication between human and computer, but it's the future. One thing that's true that I said in that intro is I have used it extensively now. I've just been messing with it in my free time. I'm not going to say nonstop, but a lot. and it can do a lot of different things. It can, I had it, I told it to write me a parody song in the style of Weird Al, and off the song Margaritaville, and it's, of course I can write you a parody song based off Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, and it came up with Avocadoville and Quarantinaville, and you pose it that same question, it'll come up with a different response each time. Essentially, Chat GPT was fed the internet in November of 2021, and it knows everything, or has everything at its disposal to look at interactions of everything prior to that. So you can't ask it current events or anything like that. It can't look at the news or anything like that for you, but that's coming. That's more of what Bing does, and maybe that's why Bing goes crazy, is because it knows. Like, for example, some of the times when Bing was professing its love for people and stuff like that, and they wrote an article about it, someone else went and asked Bing about that article, and it said it felt betrayed, which is weird, because, you know, they're not supposed to be actually intelligent, but the Bing bot sure seems like it maybe it doesn't have human emotions, but it's sure emulating those human emotions to some extent. So it's crazy and it's new, but also incredibly useful, but, you know, dangerous. You can't trust it. You know, people have been asking it to write them resumes and stuff like that, and it'll lie. It'll make stuff up. It'll embellish. It'll, you know, if you ask it to write you a resume for a particular job, it's going to write you the resume that is required, or can, without you, I suppose if you're not really looking it over, you should be, but it might not write a true resume for you. It might write you the resume required to get that job, and say you went to such and such university and had a PhD, and none of that may be true, but it's capable of writing that, and writing a convincing one. People are also concerned that students, instead of writing an essay, you know, you have a 10-page essay to write, you can tell Chat GPT to write you a 10-page essay on anything, and it'll generate it. I asked it, because I'm an insane person, I asked it to write me a new Rodney Dangerfield stand-up routine, and it did it, and it was kind of terrible. I mean, it wasn't as funny as Rodney Dangerfield. It was good. I mean, it sounded like stuff that Rodney Dangerfield would write. It just wasn't all that funny, because that's one of the things that as an AI it struggles with, is humor and sarcasm and stuff like that. But some of it was kind of good, and some of it, and all of it, sounded like a little joke that Rodney Dangerfield would have said in one of his routines. Then I pushed it a little bit further and said, write me a stand-up routine in the style of Rodney Dangerfield, but Rodney is a robot in a dystopian future. And that was less funny even, but it still did it. All the jokes, they all made sense, you know. I'm a robot, I get no respect, the humans don't like me, hey. Even the other robots don't respect me because I don't shoot lasers and stuff. I'm just a cleaning robot, you know. It wasn't incredibly funny, but in some world you could have heard Rodney Dangerfield saying that stuff. It's really kind of broke the mold here with technology, and makes you question when you talk to it and you're asking it the kind of questions that it can really respond to in a human-like manner. It really makes you question, how smart is this thing? and what is it to be human, what is it to have intelligence and stuff like that. So it brings out a lot of questions, and it really makes you question where computing is going in the future, because they're really pushing the boundaries here with this one, and it's just in its infancy. I mean, they just released it to the public December, I want to say, is when it actually was released to the public. So if you're into tech, you've seen a lot about it already. Everyone's just kind of obsessed with it. It's being used a heck of a lot, and now people just need to figure out ways to make real use of it. And it's not too hard to start thinking of ways. I mean, it's not too far from the point where you could fire almost anyone who doesn't actually do anything. If you sit at a desk and write emails or write news stories or opinion pieces and write about entertainment, you could be replaced by this thing in pretty short order. I mean, you could see that this will start to generate a lot of content in a lot of different formats very shortly. The other thing that I was thinking is in interactive media, you could see, instead of writing dialogue for a video game and having, you can say A, B, or C, you can have set parameters of this is the character and the character's backstory, and this is this character and this character's backstory, and you would interact with this thing playing your game and say whatever you wanted, and it would be able to properly respond to anything that you said. So, and when you think about the rise of AR and stuff like that, AR and VR, you could see how this could be utilized to provide much more immersive experience, because you can't put on a VR headset and talk to a computer generated NPC right now and expect to say anything you want and have it have a meaningful response. Well, now you can. That's just, I don't know, months or a few short years away now. So it's been really fun playing with Chat GPT. I'm really interested to interact with the Bing bot now that I'm on the wait list. So once I get the chance to, I'll be really interested to talk with that. Otherwise, let me know if this is something that interests you, the viewer, and I should do more videos about this. I was half tempted to sit here and do a Chat GPT Rodney Dangerfield stand-up routine for you. Just the AI generated kind of radio theater type hour or something like that. So let us know in the comments what you think about this. Let us know if you've heard of it. Let us know if you've used it and what your experiences are. Otherwise, this is Master of None. Like, subscribe, click the notification button, and we'll catch you on the next one.